going to record our last pitching lesson, or workout, I should say, and I want to kind of match it up against the two pitchers that were kind of using some of their mechanics. So there's the lean we're looking for. She does coil into her legs, a little different style, but we'll take and use what we can. But what I'm noticing is she does get some. Look at how much she's got momentum with the left leg pulling out, but the right leg is driving right there. So you're getting a combination of both, and that's what we're looking for. Momentum and drive out of that leg. So then there's her landing. Now, look at her foot. Her front foot turns in like yours does, so the hip is swiveling around. The back leg not as much. And then her landing, her toes get straight, and now she's using that downward landing that we've been talking about instead of back to front. A little bit of elliptical, it's very little, but it's up and over like she's jumping a puddle. And then look where the back leg gets turned and the back hip is pulling, and then pulls into her arm, pulls in. Look at the ball up as long as you can, keeping the ball pointed up, and the pull, and then you get the torso and the hip still finishing right there, and the torso and the whip, so you get the core to pull you right there. Okay, so then we go to this one, this example of her, and you can really see where she's using her back muscles to pull the ball around, and then ball up to the sky, and then right there she uses again, she finishes with core and hip and shoulder revolving around right there. You can see it, okay? So the snap and everything that accompanies it. I wanted to show you this one. You could see how much the leg is turning, the back leg is turning and energized and loaded. Okay. Then we went to Amanda Scarborough, and then same thing, you can see her drive. But what I wanted to notice is look at her rear leg, her right leg, and you can see the recovery of the right leg right there. How the right leg pivots and recovers. She has a little different style where she is trying to rotate. She's got her front legs almost like squeezing the ball, both of them like squeezing the Bosu ball or the Swiss ball we squeeze. And then look at how they rotate their shoulders and they rotate their core, and they still can throw linear, but they're rotating into it at the end. These little tiny things are what we want to add to your pitching motion. Okay, so on this one you could see, look how much projection out of the right leg. Look at that right leg, how much it's riding underneath her body. It's not dragging or trailing. Watch the push. So there is momentum there. Of course, we want to use momentum to our advantage, but we want to also drive with the right leg. So when you drive with the right leg, it finishes there. Okay, right there. You can see the finish closing up. And the same thing. But here I wanted to show you, look at the hips, look at the front hip and the back hip coiling and turning right there. Right there. And then the core engagement helping, that's right there, and then the snap. So her body is like wound or winding and then releasing. So now we're going to look at your pitch. So we lose it a little bit from what the metrics and checkpoints that we're using compared to the other two pitchers. But a nice push there. You're solid, pretty solid. You got the foot twisted a little, but it really cleaned up nice. And then you can see where the right front foot turns in, it twists the back foot out. So we're kind of just up in the air. And then our landing, and we're trying to coil back or spiral back, which is all good stuff. We just got to try and clean it up a little bit. The hand is the ball kind of gets turned. Okay, not on that one. But on this next one, similar push, and you can see where the ball's turning early to third base. A little bit early. We want to try and keep that tension and tightness a little bit more, and then see how your snap is out front there. We're not getting the back muscles is actively involved with that. We're kind of late on that. Okay, so we'll work on that. So then we're talking about trying to lay back a little bit, and that's better. You can see that's much better right there. Okay, so I'm talking about the arm circle, and then we're still talking about trying to lay back a little more. Different camera angle, but you could see the posture. Look at there, right there, much better. And then finish. So you got more of the shoulder elbow turn right there. Help a little bit. We're still trying to get that posture right. And on this one, even better right there. Right there, you can see the shoulder come through and help with your snap. And then on this last one, great push off, knee up, then there's lift. So on the way down now, your leg stayed a little straighter longer right there, the front leg straighter a little longer, giving your right leg a little more time to push. And then we land, and then you could see where you're downward, you're kind of got that downward push into the ground. We want to squeeze the hamstrings. Look at your stacked body, core and torso and everything engaged. And then look at the ball, palm up, very late, which is good. And then there's your snap right there. Look at the ball right there, still pointed back. You're starting to snap into it. Boom. Very nice right there. So everything is looking really good, really sharp. This had a little better up and down. Down right there, and compression into the ground. And there's your, look at how the snap is there and there, finishing with your body and your shoulder. And all we're trying to do is activate the whole body into the pitch. And that's what we're trying to do. And I think you're doing a great job. We just got to clean up a couple checkpoints that we haven't really gotten this deep involved when you're pitching. But now we're ready to, and you could see I like this right here, how your body compresses into the ground. It's not back to front anymore. It's that little up and down compression that we're looking for right there. Look how easy it is for you to stop, because the angle of your is not trying to hit a wall and back to front. It's just finished because I basically compressed into the ground. Very nice, very nice.